Hey, welcome back to Cooking Course. We want to talk about pots and pans today. It's asked of me more often than I care to count. What's a good pan? Well, that's a really tough question to answer because I think people are asking me for a brand name. And it's very difficult to give you a brand name because, like with so many products that are manufactured, one brand name can have a really low-end line and can have a really high-end line. So I'll give you my opinion about pots and pans that you should have in your kitchen, especially talking about the saute pan because we're going to start getting into cooking methods very soon. One of the most important things about saute method, and we'll talk about the saute pan, is that we get fond. We get items that actually stick to the bottom of the pan because the object then is to add a cold liquid and release that fond from the bottom of the pan. Are Teflon coated pans good for eggs? Now, grilled cheese, maybe. Eggs and grilled cheese, Teflon. I have no patience for Teflon. If stuff doesn't stick to it, how do you get fond? How do you get the rendered brown bits on the bottom of your pan that is the basis for all the flavor for your sauce? So save your Teflon pans for your eggs and your crepes too, maybe. That's 3 things I can think of. Because number one, when this scratches and you see that there's some Teflon missing, where do you think it went? Well, in you. You ate it. You ate Teflon, number one. There are all kinds of myths and legends that go about with Teflon also, but I did see a report recently that it is true that if you put a Teflon pan in an oven that is greater than 500 degrees, which most people's home ovens aren't, that it will emit a gas that will kill your parrots. I thought it was a saw it true on a TV show recently. So stay away from the Teflon except for your crepes, your eggs, and your grilled cheese sandwiches. Our saute pan is one of the first pans you need in your kitchen. Generally a smaller saute pan. This is a 7-inch pan for your crepes and things like that. And then a 9 or 10-inch saute pan. And our saute pan has sloped sides. This is for tossing stuff around like the chef does or flipping your things over. If you'll notice, this does not have any kind of Teflon coating. This is an aluminum pan. An aluminum pan is pretty cheap, and aluminum is a relatively good conductor of heat. The problem with aluminum is they scratch, they warp when you put the liquids in it, and as a matter of fact, this pan itself is already warped, and if I tried to sit it on a glass top range at home, it would not make solid and even contact. Aluminum being a good conductor of heat. The other end of the spectrum is a stainless steel pan, and this is a stainless steel pan. This also saute pan with sloped sides would work very well, but stainless steel is the worst conductor of heat there is. What is the best conductor of heat, you might ask? Copper. Copper is the best conductor of heat. But the problem with copper is, number one, copper pans are expensive. Number two, they're caustic. You can actually get a chemical reaction from putting acidic juices in copper. They're very soft, they dent, they do scratch, so you really don't want to cook in them. So what's the answer? If stainless steel is terrible for heat, but it doesn't scratch and it doesn't stain or anything, and copper is great for heat, but it is caustic, and aluminum bends, well, what do? This is why I can't give you a name of a pan, but I can tell you in general, a decent pan is going to have a foot on the bottom of it like this. And I'll come show you even closer. See how this pan has this foot on it as opposed to my aluminum pan? My aluminum pan is, it's dirty, my aluminum pan is of one-piece construction. There's no foot on it. My stainless steel pan has this foot, and what this is a composite of materials. There might be a layer of stainless steel, a layer of copper, another layer of aluminum, something from the space shuttle that they invented, another layer of aluminum, copper, stainless steel, to get the best heating qualities of all the different types of metal. So in general, if you can find yourself a pan in general, because there might be unscrupulous pan dealers that put faux feet on their pans, but in general this is going to be the best type of pan because it has a composite of materials. Plus, with this heavy foot on the bottom, it won't warp. If you have a glass top range at home, this is the best type of pan to get, not aluminum pans. Second type of pan that you need beside your saute pan in your kitchen, some kind of soup pot or stock pot, sauce pot, usually 3 to 5 quarts that you can make soup in, or a small amount of pasta or spaghetti, or heat larger amounts of sauce in. And this has slightly sloped sides, and it's obvious what this is made for. Lastly, some kind of stock pot, anywhere from 3 to 5 quart stock pot. This would be for making larger amounts of spaghetti or making big amounts of chili. Now there's all kinds of other pans that you can buy. You can get a little butter warmer pan. You can have the special grill pan. You can buy pans that only have one purpose, but I think that might be a waste of money. So before you buy the 28 item pan set, decide whether each of the pans in there is really something that you need and something that you're going to use, because to accomplish most chores in the kitchen, you need a small saute pan, a large saute pan, a small saucepan, a larger saucepan, and a large stock pot. That's basically all you need. Look for the construction of the pan, what it's actually made of, more so than the name and more so than the price tag. And lastly, if you like it, if there's something that you like about the design or the look of it, or it fits in your kitchen very well, then it's right for you. If it's good for you. So start with the right equipment, get yourself the right pots and pans, and join me again tomorrow on Cooking Coarse. We'll start with the saute cooking method. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.